God does not call for us in these times to circle the wagons and hide with fear and await some great event. He calls us to go forward. It doesn't say here that those who know their God will survive. It says those who know their God will display strength and take action. Now I want you to know that here in the church, in the seminary, TMAI, there are extraordinary men and women who are working. Men and women who know their God. As a matter of fact, many times if I have a question or a problem, I am prone to call some of them. But I'm not talking to them tonight. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you as a church. I'm talking to you as a layperson. I'm talking to you who's just been recently converted. And what I want you, if I could, I would take your face in my hands and I would pull you close and I would say, listen to me. These are troubled times. These are terrible times. But borrowing from Dickens, I can say, these are the worst of times. These are the best of times. In the midst of a first century darkness, you and I have the opportunity to live like first century Christians, but only if we know our God. Only if we lay aside all those silly little distractions and even lay aside a multitude of activity that amounts to nothing and concentrate on the priorities. And those priorities are this: to know your God. When we look through church history, we see extraordinary men and extraordinary women of devotion and courage, the willingness to give absolutely everything. What makes them different? Why are they so strange? Why do they appear as an anomaly? What is the reason? Were they born of better stock than us? Absolutely not. They were born of Adam. Were they born again with a better spirit? No, God does not show partiality with his children. Then what is the difference? Here is the difference. If you look at them and you see courage and you see passion and you see discipline, it is only because they know more of God. They know more of Christ. They know more of the payment than the average believer. And that came to them because they sought it. They sought it in the scriptures. They sought it in prayer. They wanted to know him. You see, the weakest man in the world can become strong. The most useless servant can become extraordinary. But it is only to the degree that they know their God. And principally, they know their God in the person and work of Jesus Christ. He is absolutely everything. He cannot be sounded in his power and his beauty and his glory and his love for his people. The depth of what he suffered for us on that tree cannot be grasped by men or angels. Only in the mind of God is it correctly understood. There is a well for us of strength in that knowledge. There is a wealth for us of motivation in that knowledge. To know him. To know him. That is the great motivation of the Christian life.